Hey there guys, welcome back to VGU Plays. I'm Mark.
And I'm Liam.
And here we are playing the beta for Nioh. We played it a little bit before, I'm guessing you guys watched. Liam died, I died. It's a whole thing.
It didn't go well for either of us. But yeah, here we are actually going to be talking about how we found the game so far. I've not had as much time to play it as Mark has. As Mark has stated, he's played it through most of the day, while this is like actually my first proper go at it at all.
I've got to say, I quite like it.
Yeah, apart from the fact that I'm currently using fists.
You might want to equip your weapon there.
I did.
No, you didn't. I think you unequipped it.
But it's
Oh, this has got off to a good start.
I know, right?
I'm sure you can take him. You can take him.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can take him.
So yeah, I'm going unarmed right now. We'll see how that goes.
It says something when you're doing 59 to like 90 damage and he's still not even past half health. Like, this is crazy.
Oh dear. This is not going well for me.
Come on, you got this.
I reckon I have. It's just going to be a bit of a slow fight.
I want to know what your death attack is when he's out of stamina and you're just using fists.
Yeah, sadly my stamina seems to be going a bit lower lately because...
Well, the stamina is actually something that they fixed since the alpha, because in the alpha, like 2 hits would drain your stamina and you'd be left like panting and the enemies would just take complete advantage of you.
Oh god. Hey!
Cool, right, you want to equip your weapon?
Yeah, I do. That's me, it's there. It's right there.
Cool. I'll then show you how to switch between your 2 equipped weapons, and it's an interface that I think... You haven't got it equipped?
I have. It's on equipped weapon 1. Melee weapon 1. See?
Right, and then equip something to weapon 2 anyway. You got it equipped, it's fine. Cool, right, so this is where my biggest gripe with the game comes in. So you use the D-pad to use your allotted items.
Yeah.
But if you want to change weapon, because they're also assigned to the D-pad, you have to hold R1.
Okay.
And then press left or right. Yeah.
Right, okay.
I find that really annoying.
That would have been something good to know before I started going into this.
Yeah, no, I find that really quite irritating because I feel that, maybe it's just through playing Dark Souls, but in Dark Souls your weapons are assigned to the up button on the D-pad.
Yeah, and I was used to that. I was there pressing up and then realising that I was only using an elixir.
Exactly, and I think that kind of throws you a little bit, whereas having to press an extra button to change your weapons feels a little bit counterintuitive. You took his head off.
I did indeed.
Well done.
That's mean the regular katana is a good mid-ground weapon that I quite like. So I'm going to stick to it.
I'd say try the different variations. I feel that the downward variation is quite interesting. So you can do some really interesting acrobatics with it.
Yeah, I noticed that my attacks don't seem to do as much damage on the down variation because you are just pretty much slicing at the legs.
They do. If you use the heavy attacks, you tend to do some spinny acrobatics.
I see. Yes, very nice. And it's also still quick enough that it doesn't really make that much of a difference in terms of them fighting me. So yeah, we'll give it a go with the down stance.
Okay, so you're gonna come up to these 3 guys again. You're gonna run. Get some distance.
Yeah.
Because unless you've got a spear, this bit can be quite punishing.
Oh, there he goes.
Maybe you want to change stance, I don't know.
Yeah, last time I managed to deal with these guys on mid-stance pretty well. Hey.
Ooh, you were so lucky.
That was cutting it close, yeah. Oh wait, no, that was cutting it shit. Oh, and that was useless.
Come on, crowd control, crowd control. You got this. I think you got this. Oh, look at them skills.
Hey.
Hey. Mr. GSEF comes through.
Oh yeah. One thing I'm not too fond of is when you defeat an enemy in a game similar to this, mainly Dark Souls, is it'll auto lock on to the next enemy.
It doesn't do that. No.
Yeah, this one doesn't do that. So when I kill an enemy, I get rather thrown off.
See, my main gripe with this game is that when you're blocking, you can't do an attack out of blocking.
So, Amriata, I'm going to go ahead as like our equivalent of souls. I don't have any more elixirs anymore, so... Oh, and I completely forgot that man was in that room.
Better pass that over here.
Yeah, passing it over to Mark.
I'm going to try and get us to the next... what are they called? I can't remember what they're called.
Shrines?
Shrines, that's it. It's a shrine.
Right, so you're using the katana that I was using.
Yep. So I got my concentration face on.
Yeah. I'm enjoying this game, and much like a Souls game, graphically it's not amazing. You're not going to see the graphical quality.
It's nice though.
Yeah, ask me, it's still run. One thing I do like is that it has sacrificed graphical quality to run at 60 FPS on the PS4. That is something I feel these type of games need. Because one thing I wasn't too fond of the PS4 version of Dark Souls 3 was that it sacrificed frames per second for graphical quality. And
Yeah, no, I'll have to agree with you there. Like I've played Dark Souls 3 on the PS4. I will continue to play Dark Souls 3 on the PS4, but the frame rate drops are quite persistent.
yeah, and it breaks up the flow of the fight. And in games like these, the flow of the fight is really what makes the game good.
However, this will be a PS4 exclusive, so it's gonna have to be. It's something we're gonna have to live with.
I know, but so far from this game, I've not noticed noticeable frame drops in fights. There have been times where I've cut down. Back when I cut down 3 enemies at once, I did notice. Yeah, the frame dropped a little.
Also, yeah, you just realised we just got maximum familiarity with the blade. Which is something that you get the more you use a certain type of weapon, you get a familiarity, and therefore your attacks do more damage.
Let's see.
Oh.
Good enough, you killed him.
Yeah, I didn't get the cinematic camera angle, but I killed him. So
Yeah.
again, I'm gonna go up this way and avoid the
Certain death.
cluster of enemies that you died from.
It's quite good in the way that it does have... I find that it's a good mid-ground between, say, a game like Dark Souls and a game like Bloodborne. Because it still has that really swift attack formation that Bloodborne has, while Dark Souls was very much a defensive game. I find it's like I often, when you just guarded there, it completely reminds me that you can guard. Because in games like Bloodborne, where the fighting is that quick, you have nothing equipped right now.
I don't do it. I'm gonna have to. Why have I not got? I'm gonna have to get the axe. It's gonna have to be the axe.
With weight distribution, if you have 2 items equipped at once,
It does affect your overall speed.
Yeah,
have noticed
I
this.
was thinking that, which is why I unequipped it originally.
See, again, I've been playing this today with the axe, and I've just noticed that the axe is devastating when it comes to damage. Like that.
Right, definitely like that.
Ooh, oh.
And in 2 hits,
Oh.
Mark is gone.
I'm gone. I am gone. You know, overall, I really quite like the game. I think it's really fun. It's got some really cool mechanics. I think it's shaping up to be a really interesting game, and it's a game that I'm really looking forward to playing because this is only a small taster.
Yeah, and it's always iffy making something that you can honestly say is a Dark Souls clone, because the Dark Souls fan base is so passionate about the game that anything that tries to even imitate that doesn't always get met with very high reaction. Take, as Mark said, Lords of the Fallen, for example. That game had that Dark Souls sort of feel, but it really didn't nail it, and because of that, it did suffer.
Well, again, you know, I've recently started playing Lords of the Fallen, and I've got to say, the reason it suffers so much is that it tries to ape Dark Souls so much, whereas this, I feel, doesn't.
Yeah.
It feels as if this has taken what Dark Souls has done and tries to do something very different with it. Like, the combat is so different to Dark Souls. You know, Dark Souls is really kind of slow and methodic, whereas this is a lot more fast-paced, and it's you know, you have the different stances which add a whole different level of depth to the combat. It's a very different experience. It's very much rooted in Dark Souls, but it's very different at the same time. I feel that I won't be comparing this to Dark Souls, I feel.
Yeah, once you get further down the line, you do start to see it as its own game, which is pretty much what the developers want you to think. They don't want you to go playing this and going, "Yeah, this is Dark Souls."
Well, yeah, it's developed by Koei Tecmo and Team Ninja, who did Ninja Gaiden. I get a Ninja Gaiden kind of feel from it, but
it's more of a controlled Ninja Gaiden, because Ninja Gaiden was pretty much one of those games of.
Oh, Ninja Gaiden's insane.
Yeah, Ninja Gaiden is mental.
I've never been able to finish a Ninja Gaiden game.
I managed to get a decent way through Ninja Gaiden 2 many years ago, but apart from that, yeah, my experience with Team Ninja titles has always been a bit mixed, especially when it comes to titles like Metroid Other M. But this one seems to be showing a lot of promise. I do like where they're going with this.
I look forward to playing this in the future. And again, having played the alpha, I feel this beta is such a huge improvement. Maybe it's just me being a sore loser in the fact that I couldn't get past the first area of the alpha, whereas in the beta I've actually been able to make progress. Who knows? But yeah, I like the game. It's very fun. It's very stylish.
The style I like. The flow of combat I love. I love the fact that I can string together moves and it doesn't feel quite as forced. With Dark Souls, everything was, as you said, very methodical, but it was also the point where it was quite clunky. This is not that.
I'll just let you know you're very close to the next shrine.
Well, let's see if we can get there.
I also like in this game that the enemy attack patterns, like the AI, is quite unpredictable.
Yeah, I've already found that I can't really predict what they're doing. I'm actually just spamming buttons most of the time, hoping that I don't.
Okay, you're going the wrong way to the shrine. I'm just going to point that out. Oh, never mind.
I don't know where I've fallen, but I've fallen somewhere. I've fallen somewhere where I found an item. Sacred water. That sounds like something that would have some form of healing ability.
Oh, okay, right. So, yeah, you want to descend?
Alright, yeah. Have I just made a shortcut for us?
You have.
Hey!
Again, much like Dark Souls.
There's always a way back to where you were.
So if you go around this corner.
I am back at the shrine we started at.
You definitely are. And I think that's enough for us to say goodbye on.
Yeah, this worked out quite well. I mean, I really do like this title. It does actually seem kind of familiar territory in the Dark Souls-esque gameplay, but it also seems like something new, which is something we do need after 3 titles of Dark Souls that have all sort of tread on similar ground.
And even Bloodborne has kind of tread that similar ground, but
with a few tidbits of difference.
cool.
Yeah.
I'd say we can end this here. So yeah, thank you for watching, and when Nioh comes out for official release, we'll no doubt be playing it again, so we hope you'll join us again.
Yeah. See you later, guys.
See you later.